2K coverage, Mr. X, Chance. Chance, we have made it to the finals. We have not like actually played and made it to the finals. We are here though in the finals, bringing you them games by people who are better than us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself. So far, every single 2K, 5K, or even 1K that I've casted, I have been able to make it to the finals. So I am probably one of the most consistent people in this game thus far.
Very true. In the casting department, we always make it to the finals. We never lose before the finals. It's going to be eLevate versus AR. We saw eLevate. They made it all the way through. They beat Rise. It was like a Rise combination team. It wasn't the actual Rise team. It was Chino, Theory, Censor, and Saints. And then eLevate, that's who eLevate played. And then AR actually beat the FaZe lineup. I believe it was Hook, Zuma, Slasher, and Accuracy. So both dealt with some tough competition to get here. In game one, starting off, it's going to be Biolab Hardpoint loading up right now. Chance, who are you picking in this series? Score and why?
I think it's all going to come down to the search and destroy because you said AR was looking pretty good. So to me, whoever takes the first search and destroy map will win the whole thing, and it's going to end up being a very close 3-2. Yeah, so we're going to go with that. As for who comes out on top, I couldn't tell you, to be honest, because again, AR has been looking strong-ish for some time, and then eLevate obviously has been doing eLevate things, and they're completely dominant outside of when they face OG or have Temp as a fill-in. So we're not going to see that yet. At some point, we'll get to it. Who do you think is going to win?
Hey, eLevate looked really good the last series we watched. I mean, 3-0 versus that Rise team, which was looking on point today. I think I would have to favor eLevate. I think the first hard point probably goes to eLevate anyway, regardless. I mean, FaZe really beat AR bad on that first hard point, and it's going to be on an eLevate host. It looks like Temp is going to be the one hosting this one up. Expect eLevate to win this first map. Think AR's chances in the series really the second map. What happens in map 2? If AR is able to win map 2, well, let's say AR loses map 1. If they're able to win map 2, they have a chance of making this a series. They lose that second one, I think this ends real quick.
Yeah, either 3-0 eLevate or 3-2 AR, and then even then eLevate certainly not a team to shy away from search and destroy, not at all. So even then, it's going to be much tougher for AR to pull off the win. I would definitely agree with that. I'm just trying to be optimistic for them.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
You're a good guy, Chance. That was a great response to that, Chance.
Great response to calling me a good guy. Yeah, I think that's like the second nice thing you've ever said to me.
Hey, it's a good thing, Chance. Anyway,
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna start on board with eLevate. I'm not gonna give you the option to tell you who we're starting on board with. It's gonna be eLevate fighting from the bad spawn, attacking AR as they're gonna be spawning pretty much right in that first hill. We're gonna be on board with Temp. He's gonna start things off with the AR, able to pick up a nice kill through the window. Able to pick up another one. Wow, that is a fantastic shot right there from Temp. And he is gonna be locking down this ice area with that AR. Now, this is not the best start for AR. I mean, you know, they have that favorable spawn. They lose this hill almost immediately, Chance.
Yeah, Burnsoff is going to be able to get back in the hill as long as Paisley and Tandem, although Classic is going to be able to shut both of them down pretty much by himself, and TJ also going to remain in the hill. And we've seen what TJ is able to do earlier while he's in the hill. Again, we saw him in the hard point. He ended up dropping 40 kills with like 15 captures, so he can play very aggressive and he's extremely good at it. And then, although AR was able to break the hill for a second right there, at some point it was all four down, and eLevate definitely already running away with this one. Getting a very good chunk of time. They're going to be up by about 40 seconds just after the very first hill.
Yeah, Mochilla, he's going to be setting up for the next hill for AR, but eLevate with a fantastic start to this game. Really, though, it's going to make it difficult for this AR team to come back. It's going to be Mochilla challenging a player up top. Spacey, the last one alive for AR. In the hill, he's going to have a player challenging from the front and the side. He's going to get taken out. Temp's able to pick up two, just like that. Going to be eLevate trying to take control of the hill, but AR fighting their way back. It's going to be Burnsoff getting into the hill.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, they're only able to take off 2 seconds the first one, so they're doing much better already. And again, they did have that early rotation. It did get broken, but they didn't waste any time, and as soon as it got broken, they struck right back and again worked together as a team to do that flooding with all 4 people in order to make that happen. Again, Classic is going to be able to pick up 2-piece, and then the other 2 players fall again. So going to have another hill break towards the very end, and is going to be eLevate that is going to be able to pick up the scrap time despite basically getting the challenge. When that was happening, however, of course, the spawns are going to then be sort of favorable towards the guys on AR. They're going to have 2 players in the hill, but Temp and Slack leading the charge. Looks like they're going to be making a dent, but looks like Spacely able to get 2-piece while he's in the hill. Finishes off Slack, so he's going to stay alive and keep his team so far in control of blue.
Yeah, if AR can hold down blue, they're right back in it. I mean, 40 seconds left, still on the hill. You have Spacely on your screen right now. He picks up a few of these kills, locks this down. This is huge, and he's going to get some of those kills. He has another player challenging from the back, and that is Temp, picking up 3 players right away. Can he get a 4th coming in the back? It's going to be cleaned up by TJ, but Temp, the fantastic break right there for this eLevate squad. 13-7. Really, they were missing him last week in the league matches that I casted. Coming back here in this weekend's 2K, playing with the squad, looking very good.
Yeah, without a doubt. However, AR was able to re-break that blue hill, and it looks like they might potentially be getting the scrap time. And of course, now it's going to be kind of iffy, and it looks like eLevate, excuse me, holy crap, is going to be able to get away with it, but it's only about 5 seconds. But either way, the deficit has now been reduced to about 20 points. And again, despite the scrap time going in favor of AR, eLevate's going to be able to come away and get the early initial control of that green plat hill and continue to build their lead up. But now it's going to be back and forth. Machilla is going to pick up a 2-piece to try and keep that clear. Person in the hill is going to be Spacely right there, so AR definitely looking good to come back into this game.
Yeah, I'm on board with Spacely. He's just waiting for players to charge through the front of this hill. Looks like Mochilla's taking players out on the outside. We'll go on board with him as he's on a 5 streak. And it's going to be AR mounting the comeback. It's going to be taking the lead. Never would have thought this would have happened. Thought eLevate was really going to put the gas on, really take over this game. But it's Slack who struggled for them at the start here. 8-12. No, really, they're going to need more out of him. One of the better slayers in Call of Duty. You know, when Slack gets things going, fantastic overall player. Gonna need him to play like that. And look at this, Spacely has a player on top of his head. Didn't even realize it. It's gonna be eLevate taking the last few seconds of this one, but fantastic comeback by AR.
Without a doubt, and again, that's another time we're seeing eLevate gonna end up getting the scrap time right there. Again, only a few seconds on that though, so now we're gonna go to the ever contested middle hill, which basically comes down to who can outslay the other team better to get them out, and then holding the hill isn't quite as difficult to do, but again, you have to clear it out first. So even though the kill feed has been all right, actually, with Temp getting that 2-piece, they are going to be the first one to start extending some time, which is exactly what they need. Obviously, they were down by about 15 seconds going into this hill, and now they're going to start to make a comeback. And looks like they might be able to take lead if they can clear out hill again. And again, Temp is able to do that, gets another 2-piece while he's inside the hill, and once again, eLevate has retaken the lead.
Yeah, eLevate doing a nice job. I was on board with TJ for a little bit there. He was doing a nice job locking down Purple. Purple, most important spot to lock down in this middle Biolab hill. If you can control that, really makes the spawns predictable for the other team. And it looks like AR going to control this for a little bit. Anticity in the hill. He's going to be able to get one. As another player in front of him didn't see that player laying down. He's going to challenge one middle. He's going to be able to take that player out. Just not able to get that guy in the middle. Going into the second rotation of hills, it's going to be a very close game. It's going to be eLevate up 111 to 108 here. Should be a tie game any second. So we have a tie game now. AR is going to move their way into the lead.
And AR is really going to need to hold down this hill as long as possible, because we saw what happened last time that eLevate was getting control. And eLevate does have control again as Temp is able to clear out the hill with another 2-piece. But last time that happened and they got control, they did not lose it for the entire duration of the hill. So with 30 seconds left, so far it's looking good for eLevate to do sort of the same thing. Again, they have retaken the lead. They're increasing it. Now they're up by 15, and there's still 20 seconds left on this hill. And AR is showing zero signs of being able to come back and break it all. There's going to be another 4 down for them.
Yeah, another 4 down for AR, and as you see, eLevate really starting to turn it up here. 12 seconds left on this hill. Looks like it's all going to go in favor to eLevate, but this is exactly what we saw in the first rotation, right, Chance? We didn't see anything out of AR on that first hill, and they made that massive comeback on this second hill, and then into blue. See if eLevate can break this one, really control it early. It's going to be Slacked and Classic, both with kills. It's going to be Classic on the hill for eLevate. If they can hold this one, blue is almost, you know, a necessity at this point for AR in general, like anyway. But you know, it's going to really make AR play desperate for the rest of the game if eLevate can control this. If AR can, you know, tie it up here, they can kind of play this the same way they played the first rotation of hills.
Yeah, and for the time being, it looks like eLevate does have control. Burns off doing a decent job to get a 2-piece to help clear out the hill. But Machilla just trying to post up and be a turret in that turret building, not actually going to be using though, sticking with his battle. But AR really on this hill again has struggled to make any sort of break at all. We've seen them get in there a few times and clear players out, but eLevate has been extremely quick to pounce right back on them and not allow anything to happen. So with 12 seconds left on this hill, eLevate has just continued their lead and increased their lead now to about 60 points. So that blue hill is going to be ever important. Players from eLevate are already over there right now. There's at least 3 of them, and only 1 player from AR is getting that rotation. They did pick up the scrap time, but there's only about 5 seconds. So going to the ever important blue hill that eLevate already has control of, they're also just going to be increasing their lead, now up by nearly 70 points.
Yeah, Temp with 2 kills. Classic with another. Mochilla's going to try and jump in there, pick up some kills. Not able to do so. Temp taking over this game for eLevate. 39, 40, and 20 on a 5 streak right now. 7 caps to his name. I really think, if Temp can play, the way he plays online at LAN, as he picks up 2 phenomenal kills right there, go on a 7 streak. I think Chance, if he plays this way on X Games, obviously I think they will qualify. I mean, their magic numbers like 1 or 2. Imagine they're going to win 1 or 2 games the rest of the Pro League. If he plays like this, or plays even remotely close to this, eLevate is definitely a contender come X Games.
Without a doubt, they could potentially win the whole thing, which would be scary to see. Obviously, we've already seen TJ online. The first tournament of the year, they ended up placing second, I believe, or it might have been the second tournament. Memory's kind of escaping me. And granted, people want to call eLevate online players, and it makes sense because of how good they are online. But again, that doesn't mean they're going to completely crap the bed when they actually go to LAN.
Right.
45 and 23. Yes, Temp is host, but take away host away from him. That's going to be a few kills here and there. He's still dropping a 40 bomb. He's still an extremely talented player.
I actually think that's a great point that you brought up, Chaz. I actually find it hilarious as it looks like eLevate, they're going to be running away with this one. Temp, he's going to finish somewhere near 50 kills here. It's going to be 141 to 246 in favor of eLevate thus far. I believe this one probably going to end soon as eLevate going to imagine break this hill. It's going to be TJ picking up 2. 1 second left for eLevate to close this out. See if they can do so before we start yapping about stuff. But no, you brought up a great point, Chance. A lot of people talking about how great eLevate is online, which they are. I mean, they win this one 250 to 146, kind of the same score that FaZe beat AR by. But people say, oh, I know eLevate. Oh, they're online warriors. They're never going to do anything at LAN. Classic and Slack part of Justice at the beginning of Advanced Warfare. The most consistent team at that time besides Optic Gaming. From online and LAN, that Justice team, extremely good. Classic goes on to get top 4 at COD champs with Prophecy. Then you have TJ. TJ at the events that he's been allowed to go to has performed greatly in Advanced Warfare. And then, your real question mark, just Temp. If Temp is the one who shows up and plays well, this team has, the sky's the limit for these guys. I think it's a fantastic team. Don't think they should be written off because some people just want to say they're online warriors because they beat their favorite teams. But anyway, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have game number 2 of the finals of the 2K. Stay tuned.